Aliens plan to take over the Earth by 2029. Presidents Eisenhower, Reagan, and Aliens. President Eisenhower had 3 secret meetings with aliens, former Pentagon consultant claims. Ex-president met with extraterrestrials on 3 separate occasions at New Mexico Air Base. Eisenhower and FBI officials organized the meeting by sending out telepathic messages. Eisenhower met with ETs, including the Anunnaki. It's a story that has circulated in and out of the UFO community for years. Did former U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower have 3 meetings with extraterrestrials? Former legislator issues statement, unofficial Eisenhower alien meeting brief. The Anunnaki met with our leaders in 1954, says retired Commander Sergeant Major Robert O. Dean. How U.S. President General Dwight Eisenhower sold out the human race and pact with the rogue extraterrestrials. In addition to President Dwight D. Eisenhower, Ike, other top brass, the Muroc Airfield meeting with ETs February 20th to 21st of 54 was attended by wise men group of 4 members of civil society, those who were not politicians, that is, intelligence agents or members of the armed forces, all in their 80s. The meeting was at once awesome and terrifying to most of the people present, who thought they had met supernatural beings and the world had come to an end. In a highly emotive letter to a confidant dated April 16, 54, General Light underlined his fear, shock, and bewilderment in the following words, quote, I had the distinct feeling that the world had come to an end with fantastic realism, for I have never seen so many human beings in a state of complete collapse and confusion as they realized their own world had indeed ended with such finality as to begging description, end quote. Phil Schneider was vocal before his death about what he says he learned about aliens while working under a high-level security clearance for the U.S. government. The source does not make any claims as to the veracity of his story, but rather presents his extraordinary claims for the reader's entertainment and contemplation. Schneider met with ridicule for many, but there were also many who believed him after watching his videos, such as Veterans Today senior editor Gordon Duff, who calls him a UFO whistleblower. Schneider was found dead in his apartment in 1996. Though it was ruled a suicide, some believe he was murdered. In other words, some people wanted him to be silenced. So, 1954, then President Dwight D. Eisenhower made a pact with 3 species of aliens, said Schneider in a lecture at the 1995 Preparedness Expo, in exchange for alien technology. Eisenhower allegedly gave aliens permission to abduct some cattle and a limited number of human beings. For decades, livestock have been found inexplicably mutilated across the United States and other countries of the world, of course. More than 10,000 attacks have been recorded throughout the country, according to KLAS-TV Las Vegas. Some say these mutilations are done by cultists. Some say it's predatory animals, although livestock have been found with their organs removed in a precise manner. Some say it's aliens. As for human abductees, Schneider said many of the thousands of people missing worldwide may have been taken by aliens. He said there are 9 races of aliens that see a human being as a bag of food. The technology aliens give to uphold their end of this exchange includes a kind of metal that is nearly indestructible. Schneider showed the audience what he said was a piece of this metal. It is made of niobium, an element we have on the periodic table, and maronite, an alien element you wouldn't find mentioned in Earth's textbooks. He said the government also developed a spy satellite with the help of aliens that could spot a dime on your kitchen floor. It uses infrared technology and had a resolution factor of 99.999961. The aliens violated the pact, said Schneider, by taking more humans than agreed upon. A war with the aliens has been fought ever since. He said the aliens plan to take over the Earth by 2029, and he called on the government to tell citizens what it knows. He says, we don't have a whole heap of time left. There also is an alleged briefing to President Reagan on UFOs. What's claimed to be a transcript of the 1981 intelligence briefing to President Ronald Reagan about UFOs and extraterrestrials' visitation to Earth was posted on a website. According to the moderator of the website and a related email stream discussion list, the transcript was from a briefing Reagan received at Camp David, Maryland between Friday and Sunday, March 6th to 8th in 1991. Those present reportedly included several advisors of the president, CIA Director William Casey, and CIA contract employee who worked with a group of caretakers, quote unquote, safeguarding information and other resources regarding the UFO ET issue. The names of presidential advisors who are still living were redacted by the moderator during his presentation of the transcript for public consumption. Former Secretary of Defense Caspar Weinberger and advisor Michael Deaver are named. We also have the wording, the speech of President Ronald Reagan at the United Nations concerning aliens.
I couldn't help at one point in my discussions privately with General Secretary Gorbachev, when you stop to think that we're all God's children wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization. In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war? I think maybe I'd answer it this way. I keep my frustration sometimes. Actually, if you count some of the things going on in smaller countries and all, there have been about 114 wars since World War II. But I've often wondered, what if all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by a power from outer space, from another planet? Wouldn't we all of a sudden find that we didn't have any differences between us at all? We were all human beings, citizens of the world, and wouldn't we come together to fight that particular threat?
So we see that President Reagan, in 3 major speeches, heard by everyone worldwide, had to do with aliens from another planet invading Earth, and that we have to unite in order to protect ourselves. And this was, of course, following other presidents who were informed of aliens among us. This is a leaked Roswell UFO crash from British newspapers in the 47 crash of the Roswell UFO. And today we've even uploaded another new YouTube video having to do with laser cloaking to protect the Earth from aliens, who scientists, and taking advice from Stephen Hawking, believe that aliens could be malevolent in that they would find us and visit us in order to take our resources. So therefore, it is wise planning for us to protect ourselves in any way we can. Now, after all this, I'm wondering, is chemtrail spraying also to protect us from seeing aliens and UFO crafts that are so widely viewed today? That's a $64 million question. I'll leave links below for you for this.